Sir, you were once upon a time in 2003 a private person. When I say a private person, you are the company secretary of Nile Merchant Bank and you are legal advisor. If you want to combine that with your being public office, what is your advice for people that are planning to leave their private practice into politics? What's the experience and what is the learning course?
First off, you'll be shocked to hear from me, and I hope people will not be put off in their ambition, but I'll give them the right way. I find it so difficult now, if you ask me, that a Christian or a committed Muslim, because they also have their standard, which standard of moral, which is good, or a professional, that should I go into politics? I find it difficult to say yes or no. I find it difficult to say yes, because when I look back and see the risk, the amount of commitment, the amount of sacrifice, the amount of expedition involved, I will be scared. Then again, I find it difficult to say no, because I know that Nigeria is like a country where professors are packed in a bus and they give the key to a madman to drive them. So if occasionally I see a man that is saying he wants to go into politics, I am excited to say, oh, please go into it, because I know, you'll be shocked, sir, that the standard in the corridor of power is very, very low and very poor. In fact, one of the gifts you must have when you are leaving a professional field to join politics, you must have the ability to tolerate fools gladly. Let me repeat that. You must have the ability to tolerate fools gladly. You must have the ability, the capacity to lower your standard in terms of expectation, so that you can mingle with these people. Don't forget that politics is a game of number. Even a madman, if he can find his way to polling booths on the election day, his vote we can't. When you get there, you could have been a general manager in a bank. You suddenly discover that the man that has the political power never went to school. Don't forget that we have so many governors who actually didn't have your own type of education. In fact, there are question marks placed on many of them on their qualification. Don't forget that many of them have very, 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 very shadowy background. Many of them were poor performance when you were in school. And yet, these are the people that have the power. These are the people you have to succumb to when you get to politics. So you must have the ability to tolerate fools gladly and be able to hide your standard while you are trying to get to the scheme. So there's a difference between the corporate world, the environment of religion, and also politics. And I will cite just three things quickly. You know, by virtue of my profession as a lawyer, and by virtue of the fact that I'm a pastor in the church, we preach humility. As a lawyer, you are supposed to be a conservative person. A lawyer is not supposed to like advertisement. That is exactly what we are taught in the law school. As a lawyer, you are not expected to have a board showing your name or a card that is too big that shows you advertising. But politics is different. In politics, you have to advertise, you have to show yourself. Humility is not for politics, because in the church, we are taught that when you enter the church, you stay back unless you're invited to come forward. Yes. But in politics, you don't stay back. Once you enter, you go front and even try to sit in the front seat. And even when they challenge you, tell them on what basis. What gives that man the ability to stay here and I cannot stay there? I remember that was the time when Chief Bola Ige and the strong man in Ibadan, what is his name now? They were meeting. Yes. So they didn't invite him to the high table. That's the strong man. Bola Ige and Co, they were on the high table. The man he waited for them to finish the introduction. When they finished, just asked somebody to carry his seat. He joined them on the high table. And that is politics. So you must have the ability to be able to manage this. And I will mention one other thing. You know, if you are coming from a corporate world, in church environment, you talk of credibility. You cannot tolerate someone that is not straightforward, someone that is not reliable, that is not honest. In politics, you have to manage it very well. In fact, that was one of the mistakes I made in politics. I gave somebody 200,000 naira to give someone, and the fellow delivered only 150,000. He kept the 50,000 out of the money. I got to know, so I got annoyed. When I saw him, I confronted him. I said, "Look, why would you do that? It shows you are not a straightforward man. It shows you are not trustworthy." That was the last man I saw that man. And he was a very strong politician. The man later became a member of the House of Rep. Very strong politician. Now in politics, if I have known, for what I know now, I will keep that to myself. At least wait until I become governor. Then I will give him serious appointment. It was foolishness for me to have let him know that I discovered him. So there are two different standards. You must have the ability to be able to combine the standard and the prestige that you are used to, the finesse that you are used to, and the roughness of politics. And that's a special gift from God. Finally, before we take the next question, let me also tell you this, that in politics, as different from the corporate world, you must really like people to hang around you, no matter their standard, because you need everybody to vote for you anyway. So you cannot begin to separate the good ones from the bad ones. So the ability to understand that politics, again, the definition of politics is actually meetings. One thing that professionals always make a mistake of all the time is that once they come in with the idea that I want to contest to be a senator, I want to contest to be a governor, I want to contest to be a House of Rep. I can tell you straight away, the moment you come in with that, people will gather around you, all sorts of characters, you don't even know them, and they begin to take your money. Whereas the attitude of a professional or somebody coming from a corporate world or coming from whichever environment, you just be visible. Attend their meetings. Prepare to attend such meetings for some period of time. Over time, they begin to notice you that you are more experienced than them. And then you begin to gather your friendship among them. Is that group that will eventually push you to be whatever you want to be. So for any professional that wants to go into politics, I would just say that, look, just go and show yourself. Provide the money for your visitation, that is, just show up. I thought attending their meeting. Put in extra money in your pocket to take a few of them for lunch. It's not usually very much. A 5,000, take 3 people for dinner, and then provide such money. Do that for a couple of months before you start defining what exactly you can achieve with them.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for this insight.